Do a link to the video. What is that? What chord's that?
D.
Very good. Nice D. Oh yes, nice D. That's a nice D. And what is that?
E. Wait, yeah.
Okay. Good hand position, nice chord, sounds good. You're testing your notes, I like that. Okay. Another chord?
Okay.
That is...
A.
Very good. Okay, give me another chord. All right, let's hear it.
It's probably not gonna sound good.
That's okay.
Oh.
It won't for that's not bad actually, but it won't sound great for a while. And the testing of the individual strings is a good thing to do when you're working on them. Don't worry about it too much right now. We're not after perfection. We're after just some basic knowledge and fundamental skills. Now let's go back to the chords that I want you to really focus on, and that would be A, D, and E. Okay, so let's go to A. And just strum it with a tempo. We're gonna set a real slow number. I always say smooth first, fast later. So we're gonna set a pretty slow tempo. Done. Okay. Now here's what we're gonna do. Strum, lift, strum, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. Press, lift, press, lift, press, good, lift, press. Okay, let's get with the beat. Boom, tap your foot. 1, 2, 3. Are those Converse?
Yeah.
Cool.
Chop data, bro.
1, 2, 3. Wait, let's do it with the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. Keep with the beat. Press, lift, press. Don't go too far away from the strings. Go too far away. Press. There you go. Good. All right. Now let's do that with D. 1, D. Let me know when you're ready. It looks ready to me. Okay, I'm gonna start the tempo going. 2, 3, 4. Press, lift. Too far away. Your fingers separated, like lost their place. Now, look at my fingers. They're glued together. If you can get them to where they're touching and glued together, then it's easier to come back. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. That's better. Lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. Better. Press, lift. A little too far away from the strings again. Press, lift. What is the technical term for the distance when you lift?
An
That's right. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press, lift, press. You know some fatter gnats than I do. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. Those fingers are not glued together. Press, lift. Some chords you can't do that, but with this chord you can. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. Dad, I'd like you to take and do this gently with her fingers, holding them for her while she while she presses down and lifts up. Just hold them together. Take two fingers of yours, hold them together, so that when she lifts, don't keep her from lifting, but when she lifts, I don't want them separated. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Press, lift, press, lift, press. Don't force her, because now she's going to the wrong place, but she's keeping them together this time.
So yeah.
So lift, press, lift. That's better. Press, lift. All right, that's the idea. Let's go to E. E's another one that's the fingers are pretty close together when we're forming it, and they can be buds by touching while we make the chord, so that when we lift, they don't fly all over the place. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, press, lift. There you go. Much better. Press, lift. Nice. A little too far away, stick. That's okay. You're staying together, and that's the important thing. Press. Nice. All right. So the E and the A are the easiest, Tom, because of where your fingers are. They're easier to keep, especially the A. I mean, they're like one almost. But with the D, the fingers are a little harder to keep in their relative positions. But if, like I say, if you can get them to where they're like glued together, and you don't go very far. Look at this. It's not far at all. Not very far at all. We don't want to do this. We just boom, 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 boom. And pretty soon they'll be trained. That connection will be made, and there won't be any more conscious thought anymore for it. And very shortly, if not between now and next week, I'd like you to be able to close the book and just go to the chords and tell me what you're going to. Okay.
Cool.
So you don't have to look at the book anymore. So our basic open chords, and open, when we say open, this is a bar chord. And this is an open chord. So right now we're working on the open chords. We're working on A and D and E and C. Have I circled G on there yet?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, and G. So these basic chords will enable you to play a lot of songs. So that's why we're focusing on these right now. But one day you'll be able to play all those chords without any problem. And I've got more than one student who's doing that now, just by continuing to do what you're doing right there, and then you start remembering where they go without thinking about it anymore. So when I say, hey, play an E, you'll do that. I say, play an A, you'll do that. And one day, instead of just this, I'm going to want you to go A, 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 D, 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 E, like that. And you'll get to that point. You're not there yet. Play Jingle Bells, please. Then where that happens, physical mistake, no big deal. What are you picking with? What are you doing? What's your style there?
My nail.
Okay, cool. And listen to you. Then you start to throw a little style in there too. So that's great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We'll tab some more of that song. Because after that's the chorus, right? Then the verses go dashing through the snow in one horse, And if you want to, work it out yourself. I like to see some initiative in that regard. A lot of my students will go home and they take these things. We're building a foundation, and once you've got the foundation built, you're going to learn what you want to learn. So they'll start doing songs on their own and come back, oh, look at the song I just learned. Cool. And that's the whole idea. You don't come here to learn songs from me. You come here to learn how to play songs, any song you want. How to go home and decide you want to play a song by somebody and you work it out yourself because you got the foundation. You know, we start with the foundation, then we build the walls and the ceiling and all that. Pretty soon we got a full house. And you know how a house is built, right? You've seen them around here. What's the first thing they do? They lay the concrete, this foundation. That's what we're doing. The chords are the foundation of guitar playing. Everything is built around chords, as basically speaking. Chords and scales. I mean, you know, melodies in songs like this are notes in a scale in a key, in a given key, for the most part. You know, there's some deviation, but for the most part, the melody of a song are the notes inside the scale of that key. So that's all you're doing is you're playing scales out of order. You know, open up to one of your scales that you have there. A minor pentatonic. That's this one here. A minor pentatonic. Give me an A minor, which is a real easy chord. Play an A minor chord. It's the same shape as your your E major, but you just move it closer to the floor. So play E. Do you remember how you did E? Remember how you did E?
Yeah.
Okay. Take the same shape. There you go. And just move. That's it. Wow, she's so smart. Yeah, that's A minor. All right. So I want you to just strum it for me on a 4-beat. Go like this. Just keep doing this. Okay? Just keep doing that. Just keep strumming it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead. Now you can do that without looking at the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to look at my hands while you're doing that. If you can see through all that hair. Go ahead. Keep doing that. Don't stop. Okay, now, keep going. Keep going. Now, I'm going to play the notes that are in that scale, which is an A minor pentatonic, but I'm not going to play them in order, okay? Guitar solo, the guy is playing in the key, in this case A minor, and maybe he's playing the notes of the chord. You might do a little what we call arpeggio. When a chord is played one note at a time, it's called arpeggio. Or up here where A minor is. All I'm doing is playing the notes in the scale. Now, if you made chord changes, like say a blues thing, A minor, and you're learning the 3 chords of the 1, 4, 5 in A minor. So what are the 4 and 5 chords in the key of A? What are the 4 and the 5? A, B, C,
D and E.
Very good. So you could change from you could start with A minor, D, A minor, to E. But as long as I'm playing the notes in the scale, I don't have to change where I'm playing. You could be doing. It still sounds good. that's how most melodies of songs are written. It's just the notes are inside the key, the scale, with variation. Because you'll hear things like. But the what we call home is the key. You know, if you're ever playing a solo, you'll get to that point, and you get a little lost. Just go home. You say, "What key am I in?" I'm going to go back to an A note somewhere on the neck, and start over. That's why that's one of the reasons we do this, is to understand what I just spoke of. But it's also to get the dexterity down so that we can do this and get to where we play. I want you, in fact, while we're open to there, why don't you play that scale for me, please? A minor starts on the 5th fret. That's right. First that note, then that note. There we go. Yep. Let's do a couple things. Now, notice on that on every string change, you're staying in the same fret, so that makes it easy. All the first notes on the strings are all in the same fret, so it's 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. It makes it easy to know when you're shifting strings that you're still going to the same fret with your first finger. But let's focus on the picking hand a little bit, okay? It's a little awkward there still. First of all, we got to anchor. We got to learn to anchor. So I almost always anchor with my hand on my bridge. But a lot of people use fingers like this, and they anchor like this. You can decide what's comfortable for you. But I want you to, for this exercise, I want you to use your thumb for the picking, okay? Yeah, like that, exactly like that. You're anchoring well, just with the thumb. So let's try just the first 2 notes on the 6th string with the hand, picking hand, just the way you've got it. We're gonna go. Good. Sounds great already. Now once you're comfortable with that, keep doing it please, and look up. Keep doing it and look at me. There you go. There you go. Or look at your chart. Look at your chart. There you go. Good. So you're getting comfortable with it. Oh, you missed that time. That's right. So once in a while we'll glance down, make sure we're staying in position. But a lot of the time you can continue to look at your chart as you play. Glance down. Make sure you're staying in the same place. But you can do this a lot. Okay. Like I said, neat thing is first finger, it stays in that same fret. So as you get more comfortable, you'll be able to go without even looking, very soon you'll be able to. So once you're smooth with this, go to this. Once you're smooth with that, put them together. Okay? And once you're smooth with this, do the next one. Then put them together. Okay? That's how you work on that at home. One piece at a time, just like you did with Jingle Bells. You just a little piece, and then another piece, and then you put them together. That's how we all learn new songs or new pieces, and that's what you got to do with the scale until you can go all the way down with a tempo. I really encourage the use of. I think you were right about bum bum bum. Tap our feet, please. Bum 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 bum. Bum, nice. Bum, bum, good style. Bum, 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 bum. Now I want you to tell me, bum, bum, when you're ready to look at your chart more than you are right now. Bum, bum. We're a little off the beat. Let's try to get back to the beat. Bum, bum, bum. When you're ready glance down because you're starting to get off your fret. Glance down occasionally. All right. So you've gotten to the point where I think you could probably now do the notes on the A string. Tap your foot, please. Good. Now put them together. Good. Again. Again. Keep doing it. Again. That's going to happen for a little bit, but you're already 10 times better than you were 10 minutes ago. See, it doesn't take long, but this is what you have to do. And look at your chart, look at your hands, look at your chart, look at your hands, and then when you feel comfortable doing this, then work on the next string. Do the next string for a little bit, and then go boom, 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 and do it again, boom, and you just, that's what you do. You put each piece together. Now, notes on the neck. You have a root finder, right? Did I give you a root finder? Okay, doesn't sound familiar. Huh? All right, well, good. Then I think we're ready for that because I really emphasize knowledge of the neck. It's really important as time goes on for you to know what the notes on the neck are. Now, you already can tell me the notes on the 5th fret. Would you please do that for me? Tell me the notes on the 5th fret of every string. Yeah, what's the 5th fret on the E string? What note is that?
That A.
Yeah. Light bulb went on. Yeah, exactly. Okay. What's the note on the 5th fret of the A string?
D.
Very good. What's the note on the 5th fret of the D string?
G.
Good. What's the note on the 4th fret of the G string?
B.
Yeah, and the note on the 5th fret of the B string?
E.
That's right. See, so you already know those. Now, what is the note on the 12th fret of every string?
It's the same note, just I forgot if it's higher or lower octave, but
It's the same note, a higher octave.
yeah.
And the way to say it, verbalize it, is to say it's the same note as the open string. Same note as the open string. Good. So it looks like I may have run out of root finders, but that's okay. What I'll do instead is just give you this. Okay. And that helps too. The root finder is just strings 5 and 6 because a lot of our chords, our root notes are on the 5th and 6th strings. But that works just as well. You got to start learning the fretboard. All right, so if an open, you can leave it back there for the moment. Just about done, but this one thing I want to point out. So play A on your low E string. Play A on the low E string. You just told me where it is. A.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? Okay, there it is. All right, now look at your chart and tell me where A is on the D string. Where's A on the D string?
8th fret.
I think you're wrong. Look again.
You said, wait, which
A on the D string. But you're close. Where's A on the D string? Take a look.
Wait, does this count?
No, that does not. That's telling you the names of the strings.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7.
Very good. So play that note on the D string. Play A on the D string. Okay, so here's a neat little trick. The 7th fret, 2 strings down, 2 frets up. 2 strings, when I say down, closer to the floor, down 2 frets up. So A, D, D, G. However, the B string, as we know, is tuned to half a step down, so we have to compensate. So instead of the 7th fret, we go to the 8th. G, G, we go. Now that's not B, it's the note after B, which is C. C, C. So again, A, D, 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 D. It's a neat little trick. 7th fret of every string, except there, when we get past the B string, is the note that's 2 strings higher. It's a neat little thing to remember. You won't remember it now, but as you look at your chart, you might want to, always write with pencil, by the way. You might want to say, okay, I know where A is on my E string. So what I want you to do is I want you to find every A on the neck, okay? And watch their relative positions. Now let's see if it works, if it still works as we go. Remember, the B string is throws us off sometimes. You have to remember that the B string is tuned a half a step down because you know we go to the 4th fret on the G string to get B. So that throws us off a little when we go past the B string for the same things. But A, let's go 2 strings, 1, 2, 1, 2. We have to go 3 on the B string. Okay, so 2, 2, 2, 3. But it works for all these. G, G. Okay, F, F. See, 2, 2. So if C is here, where is C on the D string?
Oh, right there.
Yeah. See, it's a neat little trick. So when you start playing further up the neck, you're playing a C. You're playing a C minor pentatonic. There's C again. See? And so on. Fun thing to do is to start learning where the notes are on the neck. And I'll let you take that. Now I want you to use this. We're past our time. I want you to start using this to help focus on what you're practicing on. I call it improvement chart for what I call improvement sessions, not practice, but improvement sessions. And you keep track of what you're doing. Whatever date you're doing it, your time could be anything. I just put that up for an example. What scale are you working on? E minor pentatonic. What speed? 60 beats per minute, BPM, beats per minute. So, and just write it down. Write down what you did. Write down the chords you're working on. Write down the song you're working on, okay? And that's how you kind of keep track and keep focused, because every improvement session has got to be with an intent. Practice with intent. Don't just sit down and do this, and this, and this, and this. Today I'm going to get really good at my A minor pentatonic, okay? Or this session I'm going to get really good at my chords. Press, lift, press, lift, press, lift, and eventually change. That kind of thing. Practice with intent, okay? And in between those sessions, have fun. But your practice sessions, your improvement sessions, you've got to do it with intent, and this will help you to do that if you so choose.